Welcome, Mr. President. I've been looking forward to our third chat, and I see you brought Michelle with you. Very, very good. Folks, please sit down. Thank you. Now, today, Mr. President, son, I thought we'd have a little quiz. After all, if you're going to be president, it would be helpful if you had a basic understanding of this country, so let's get into it, okay? Now, let's see, question number 1. If you were a candidate for national office and you visited all the states in the country, how many states would you visit?
In the last 15 months, we've traveled to every corner of the United States. I've now been in 57 states. I think one left to go.
Oh, so you're thinking there are 58 states in the U.S. Well, let's do a quick check. You see, on our flag, there's a star for every state. So all we have to do is count the stars. Let me get my calculator here. Let's see. Let's see. 40, 42, 40, 50. I'm getting 50 here, son. I believe we have 50 states in the Union. Excuse me? Oh, you were referring to your presidency so far, and you were counting the state of confusion, the state of incompetence, the state of chaos, the socialist state. I'm sorry, son. You can't count these as states. Now, they may be states in your union, but they certainly aren't states in mine. I'm sure you just misunderstood the question, but that's a wrong answer. Now, let's go with question number 2. Let's see, what do we have here? When you stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, where do you place your hand? Yes, you and Michelle can demonstrate. Thank you. Well, I'm afraid you're wrong again. You see, your hand should be placed over your heart. A reminder, that's generally on the left side of your chest. Okay, well, maybe you get this one. Let's go to question number 3. What are those things between countries? Look at the map you have there, and how would you define what you see between, say, the U.S. and Mexico?
In the 21st century, we are defined not by our borders, but by our bonds.
We're defined by our bonds? Yes, I understand the word bonds also starts with the letter B, son. But we have borders to define where the U.S. is with regard to other countries. You didn't do very well in geography class, did you? All right, let's go to the next question. Let's just keep moving along, shall we? Now, after 15 months in office, I'm sure you have a specific plan to move the country ahead. You've counseled with your advisors and you've charted a precise course for us to follow. What can you tell us about your plan?
And yet, time and again, we have refused to settle for the paltry limits of conventional wisdom. Instead, what has defined us as a nation since our founding is the capacity to shape our destiny, our determination to fight for the America we want for our children. Even if we're unsure exactly what that looks like, even if we don't yet precisely know how we're going to get there, we know we'll get there.
In other words, you don't know where we're going, how we're going to get there, but you assure us we will get there. Well, okay, if that's the best you can do. Let's go with the last question now. In your opinion, son, how would you rate yourself as president so far? I mean, have you done well or poorly?
I've acted stupidly.
Well, son, at last we agree. You actually got that one right. Let's see now, you had to answer 2 questions correctly to qualify for staying in the White House. Let me just count these up here. Gosh, I'm sorry, you only answered 1 question. I'm afraid you don't qualify for being president. I'll tell you what, I'll advise the Congress in case they don't already know. Now, next time in our next chat, we'll tackle reading as a basic skill. After that chat, you may be able to actually read Arizona's new immigration law, 1070. You can help Eric Holder and Janet Napolitano with their reading skills too. Then, you'll all know what's in the new law way out here in Arizona. Now, won't that be fun?